Hello, this is Positive Tiger Gamer, and with that train whistle, that means another departure from the Opinion and Answer Short series train station. On this lovely journey, we are going to be making stops highlighting the railroad feline workers that work on the rail lines all around the world that I have highlighted over on my Steam Train blog. Folks, go check out my Steam Train blog for all Steam Train related information that I have done up for you all. So, folks, if you're listening to this, then it is Tuesday, December 5th, 7:31 Eastern Time, 6:31 Central. And if you're in Finland or in Europe, good morning, good Wednesday, December 6th morning to you. Starting off our train journey this evening, we will be making our first stop in Japan at Kishi Station in Japan to meet the Tama Station Master, Feline Station Master. She was adopted by Koyama around the time the Kishi station was nearly closed in 2004. She was part of the line of feline station masters who saved the Kishi station of the Wakayama Electric Railway. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. It's Japan. I'm so sorry. Anywho. 2 years later, in 2006, the line saw the destaffing of all the stations in order to cut costs, which resulted in the station masters being picked from employees of local businesses near each station, hence Koyama being chosen as the station manager of Kishi Station. A few highlighted details for you folks to highlight Tama. Tama, on January 5th, 2007, was officially awarded the title of station master by the railway officials. That same day and year later, in 2008, Tama was promoted to Super Station Master in a ceremony attended by the president of the company, the mayor, and approximately 300 spectators. October 28th of the same year in 2008, Tama was knighted and awarded the title of Wakayama Knight. In January 2010, railway officials promoted Tama to the post of operating officer in recognition of her contribution to the expanding of the customer base. Her staff consisted of 2 feline assistant station masters, Tama's sister Chabi, born May 12, 2000, and Tama's mother, an orange tabby named Milko, October 3rd, 1998, and sadly passed away on July 20th, 2009. Third year of the station master, station rebuilt into shape of the cat's face after 2009's inauguration of Tama's train that was painted white with a cat face on the front and cartoon pics of Tama on the sides. Fourth year of station master celebrated with a ceremony and her promotion to managing executive officer, third in line in management after the company president and the managing director. Then on January 5th, 2013, at the ceremony celebrating her 6th year as station master, Tama was elevated to honorary president of Wakayama Electric Rail for life. Sorry, folks. In April 2013, it was announced that due to Tama's increasing age, her work hours would be reduced and she would only be on view in the station office Tuesday through Friday, a reduction of 2 days from her original Monday through Saturday hours. And then unfortunately, sadly to share this all, but sadly Tama passed away on June 22nd, 2015 at the age of 16 of apparent heart failure at an animal hospital in Wakayama Prefecture. Had 3 successors after her death on June 22nd, 2015. So moving on away from Japan, we travel our way over to our first stop in the United Kingdom at Yorkshire, England's train station at Huddersfield Railway Station in Yorkshire, England, to visit 2 felines, one named Felix and her apprentice Bolt, who are both on pest control. So I hope you all enjoy as we dive into this second trip. Feline and Bolt's Huddersfield train station cats, tidbits I've learned. These kitties pretty much were born to work. Started in 2011 with Felix, a gorgeous long-haired tuxedo cat. Then in 2018, she was joined by a younger Bolt, a strapping black kitty. In 2015, Felix was finally recognized as she deserved to be rewarded the coveted title of pest control manager, which is a job that is highly sought after in the feline world. Felix star rose more after having a Facebook page was created in her honor by a commuter. Both Bolt and Felix are adored by commuters who either travel to or through Huddersfield train station in Yorkshire, England. Both are loved by both their online patrons that follow their Facebook and by commuters. Breaking it down, interesting facts just about Felix. Her new colleagues named her Felix, thinking that she was actually a he. But after initial trip to the vet confirmed her gender. They decided to heck with it and kept the name that she was already used to and fond of. Felix has 2 books in her honor written by writer Kate Moore, and Felix has a high visibility vest that marks her in her job as a senior pest controller. So if you see a nice little long hair tuxedo cat running around Huddersfield Field's train station, that would be Felix. And her mates, her feline partner in crime, Bolt is a cool black mini panther who stepped right in as her right-hand cat and apprentice. Became Felix's sidekick and appearance in 2018. For both of them, I found these very interesting. Felix and Bolt use their appearances to also support their causes that they are involved in at the station. But as good as Felix may be impressing the masses and culling culling the pest, she needed a sidekick. Both love being petted by commuters who see them and being loved on their Facebook page by their Facebook followers. Folks, if you want to go check them out, they do have a link. You can find that on my Steam Train blog. Link in the description. The Huddersfield Station Cats, Felix and Bolt's Facebook page. They are so adorable, so go check them out. Leaving Yorkshire, England, we stay in England and move along over to Redhearth, England, where we visit the Redhearth train station to see Hector, who works at the Cornwall station. In 2013, saw Hector walking onto a Cornish train station by making regular visits to the ticket office for naps and making his presence known in the surrounding streets of the town. Presently, he can now be seen regularly relaxing about his days in the station waiting room and is known by many as the train station's mascot. He even has his own piggy bank that goes towards food and care. Unfortunately, just shy of a decade, a group of commuters saw Hector and created a Facebook page with his name on it that has 1,000 followers. You can find him also on the Facebook page. Couple of interesting facts to get to know about Hector. He has been dubbed the next manager of Great Western Railway in the making due to his impressive management skills and amusing quality control tests of the station furniture. Been used for Great Western Railway as a safety message on October 18, 2022, which you can see the tweet on my blog, where basically they highlighted from @GWR help. We love Hector, but unlike Hector, please stand behind the yellow line when you're waiting for your train. And that is true. If you are getting on a train, please, if you see that yellow line, please stay back behind the line unless you're a worker. And that. So, yep. And on to the third one. But before we leave that, along with Hector, even though he is not a railway kitty, but I just wanted to throw this in. Harvey, the supermarket cat. Harvey, who was often dubbed the country's most famous cat of all, unfortunately passed away following a dog attack in St. Ives in September 2020. Thousands of pounds were raised, which is British's currency to dollars here in the United States, were raised in his memory and a memorial put in place. Much adore Harvey, who was famous around the coastal town of St. Ives, but sadly passed away on August 28th after sustaining injuries from a dog attack. So, fortunately, it's very emotional, but enjoyable to read to understand Harvey's backstory. But going back to our railway felines, because this is not about supermarkets, we travel on over to the Andover Station Cat at the Hampshire train station, just the Andover train station cat. where we have seen so far, we have covered Tama in Japan, Felix and Bo at the Huddersfield train station in Yorkshire, England, and Hector at Redruth train station, Cat in Cornwall, England. On this trip, we travel from Redruth to Hampshire, England, to visit the Andover train station to see Jess. Just like Felix at the Huddersfield train station, Jess is a fuzzy tuxedo resident cat at the Andover train station. Jess previously belonged to a family who lived close to the station, but sadly, when the family moved to a new house, Jess continued to make the long journey back to the platform. So, after some purring station, for a cat joke, purring sensation, they agreed that the train station staff could adopt him, and he now lives in his new perfect home. Passengers sometimes, if they are lucky, can get a photo of him when they see him in the ticket office or out on the platform making his round with his very own ticket card and rail pass. Even the workers look for donations to help take care of Jess, and he loves the attention from both in-person attention to his followers on his social media pages on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Folks, unlike me, I guess our feline counterparts just love to get all that purring attention. And lastly, moving on to our train stop number 5, we move on over to the Oxfordshire Oxford, England, to visit Charlbury train station, Stan the train station cat. At the Charlbury, because I cannot pronounce it, train station in Oxford, England, you get to see a relaxing station cat master named Stan. He loves to snuggle with people and can be often seen sitting on passengers' laps or in the ticket windows changing while sleeping. Life as a train station cat for Stan is all about relaxing. When he's not busy purring on passengers' laps, the lovable tabby can be spotted watching the fish in the lily pond close to the platform. If he's feeling unusually energetic, he may even attempt to play with his slippery, fishy friends. So it's a relaxing station cat on duty, unlike the other feline station masters who are energetic and happy with passengers that we have featured on this mini trip around the railroads. Folks, we're going to now move away from England for a trip up to Scotland to visit High Vess at the Irvingness train station up in Scotland. So we leave England on this little detour and head north up to the great Scottish country of Scotland to get the inside scoop on High Vess and her feline story at Irvingness train station. I do hope you enjoyed this section. Prior to March 2012, the Irvingness train station has been home to a clunder of cats over the years, including the aptly named famous Furballs, Gasket, and Diesel. But now, as of March 2012, there is now a new cat on the block, and that is a ginger cat nicknamed High Vess, who has become the local furry mascot of Irvingness train station. When she came to the train station, she was a homeless cat who won the hearts of the station staff in order to be a successful bit of finding a new home. After being taken in by the staff, this cunning feline now loves to rub against passengers' legs and lay on laps until their train arrives. Not only is she popular with workers, but she is also popular with the visitors. Keep your eyes peeled for this playful ginger kitty next time you're at Irvingness train station. As with any of our famous train station cats, we would love it if you can snap a photo of High Vess and post it on social media. And of course, don't forget to pack some yummy cat treats from the train station cats of UK. So if you want, go check out the Cross Country Train UK article over on the Train Station Cats of the UK website. Link in the description. And folks, we are leaving the great Scottish country of Scotland and saying goodbye to High Vess and travel back on down to England to our second to last stop on this lovely train short travel to visit the Liverpool South Parkway station to meet Paul. According to research, aka Cross Country Train website, Paul has a fan of tweeting and with almost 2,000 Facebook followers. This handsome chap has a lot of admirers. He has been a popular attraction at the station since 2010, and when he is not busy snuggling up to commuters, he loves hiding in his comfy kitty igloo and purring at the ticket barriers. A fun fact to Paul is like Felix and Bolt at Huddersfield Fields train station in Yorkshire, England, conducted lots of charity work for different charities, and showing awareness for his fellow felines, cats, who are in need by showcasing them on his Facebook page. I have seen his Facebook page, and let me just tell you, it's perfect. Cat pun. But in my opinion, he certainly has his paws in just about everything, ranging from charity work to showing awareness and being a purring type of worker who loves to show awareness and support for his fellow felines and passengers at South Parkway Station in Liverpool, England. And our last trip, for our last portion of our opinion and answers short number 11, Railroad Felines, we travel across the Atlantic from England over to my country, United States, to highlight one special feline. If you live in America, you probably know the story of the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad mascot named Chelsea. So to wrap this all up, let's talk about Chelsea. On today's portion, we take another trip out of England from leaving Liverpool, England, and travel across the Atlantic to the United States to visit the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad Society in Clifton Forge, Virginia, to learn about Chelsea, the feline mascot. The Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad had one of the most successful corporate symbols in America's history, which was a feline cat named Chelsea. Unlike the 7 previously spotlighted cats, Chelsea was a fictional cat that was developed by the L.C. Probert, a CEO official charged with public relations and advertising. Saw an etching in a newspaper of a cuddly little kitten sleeping under a blanket with a paw thrust constantly forward in 1933. For the entire running of the company's service, Chelsea played the role of advertising and promoting the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad. Hence why with the C and O, you see the C where the C is a C with the nice little cutout of the cat. Then, unfortunately, came World War II, and Chelsea had a mate named Peaks, Peake, wearing a soldier cap to support the United States military in 1937. And 2 lookalike kittens in 1935. Her mate, named Peak, came from the railroad named as well Chesapeake, no pun intended, in 1937, which soon caused Chelsea, the American sweetheart, as she was known to love, to be the talk of the railroad world and propelling the CEO to the top ranks of railroad advertising. Unfortunately, nowadays you cannot see the CEO, the CNO, Chelsea and Ohio Railroad. But even though the CEO has been incorporated into the CSX, Chelsea has made her mark in the American railroad history and legend. Even today, the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad equipment are rare to see in their original yellow and blue paint scheme, along with no longer seeing Chelsea as the famous logo. But here's some good news to share. Is that you can still read about Chelsea and her rise to one of the successful corporate logos by going to the CO's Historical Society website, link on my blog post, link in the description, or visit them in Clifton Forge, Virginia, United States. So if you're in Virginia, go check out the Historical Society and that. Also, too, I wanted to also highlight with Chelsea, thanks in part to CSX with their heritage units, did in honor of CO Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad's heritage, to honor them, did up one of the locomotives in the historical blue, yellow, and orange with the Chesapeake logo in honor of one of their former railroad companies. So that will be it for our 8th story. But before we leave, we're going to leave you with two more short little parts. We're going back across the Atlantic to England, to Sussex, England. If you all haven't heard, another heritage railway in England is known as the Bluebell Railway in Sussex, England, featuring Gizmo, the unsung lovely feline station master cat. Wanted to end it with doing 8, but I decided to extend it 2 more days because of the fact of highlighting 2 more cats that I found pretty cool and I wanted to highlight them. So on this special edition trip, we are going back across the Atlantic to Sussex, England to visit the Bluebell Railway to see Gizmo, who has an interesting story with the Sussex train station. I will just briefly discuss it because you can go read the full content on the website, link on the blog, and that. Gizmo is a cat with a possible unique story to get a spotlight. Gizmo is a station cat who originally belonged to a nearby cottage, but was adopted by the railway several years ago, making it pointless to take it back to his owners as he simply returned at the first opportunity. So they did try, but unfortunately no luck. He was a Gregarious cat who loved being around people and was never slow to let people know when he considered it was lunchtime. With fish and cheese being favorites of Gizmo. So when Gizmo's out to lunch is when he has his fish and cheese. According to a cited site, Purr and Fur UK, Gizmo was the latest cat in line of feline residents at Sussex Station. If you'd like to learn more about Gizmo, then click the Purr and Fur UK link on my blog post, link in the description, to go support and learn more about the Bluebell Railway. And lastly, but not least, we're going to end this with another tuxedo cat over in the Gipsy Hill Station in Langpith, South London, England. Fanny, the community mascot. So Fanny the cat will be also getting a brief detailed spotlight. In late July 2016, she was hit by a car, sadly, and sustained serious injury. The driver couldn't have avoided her and did stop, but she was able to run off. She was found and taken to an RSPCA, London's version of the ASPCA group, I guess. But her humans were wondering how they would fund an expensive operation on her diaphragm. Thanks to the help of Fanny's Twitter followers who stepped in to raise funds, and astonishingly, within just an hour, the necessary cash had been raised on a GoFundMe page. And within an hour, about £3,000, aka about $3,900 were raised to cover the costs. An interesting part was the money raised was more than was needed, so the balance left over from paying the surgery bill was donated to other animal charities. It took a little while for Fanny to recover as she developed a persistent cough after her surgery, but by mid-September 2016, she was back at work. In late 2019, her Twitter page showed that she was still greeting her friends at the station. Hence her role of becoming a community mascot after the community came together to help Fanny's owners, along with her followers on Twitter, to pay the surgery costs. So, folks, that will do it for this Opinion and Answer short number 11, Railroad Felines, covering cats from Japan, America, England, and Scotland. So, folks, hopefully you do enjoy that. But why not before you go? Here, besides having station mascots, we're just going to take a quick sidebar and talk about cats who were also in signal boxes. And Rochdale, Rochdale, England and United Kingdom. At the signal box, a cat named Kipper acquired Kipper in July 1989, who unfortunately died in 2008 from illness. Manchester, England, United Kingdom, the Bagley Full Junction signal box had a cat named Nelson. Crow Hill, Tamsonside Metropolitan Burgh in England, Ashton Moss North signal box. You could find a moss in the signal box. Diggle, Southerly Worth, England, at the Diggle Diggle junction box. You find Sewlyn, Sewlyn, and at the Miles Platting, Manchester, England, at the Brewery Siding signal box, you could find Marmalade. Marmalade was a resident signal box cat at the brewing sidings when David Ingham started working there in the mid 1900s. So, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this lovely tale of highline felines who worked both in the railway signal boxes and at the stations, platforms around the world, in Japan, in England, and in Scotland, in America. So, hopefully, folks, you did enjoy. Stick around for Opinion and Answer Short number 12, where I will be talking about another limited series called The Narrow Gauge that will be out December 12th, Tuesday, December 12th, same time as Opinion and Answer Short number 11. As you heard this, folks. Have a good night. Have a good Tuesday night and a good Wednesday morning, and we will see you all on another Opinion and Answer Short. So, folks, happy boarding.